guys, my name is Pierre from Can-Am, SpyderAccessories.com, and of course, the Spyder Shop in Level 3, Quebec, Canada. We make videos to help you discover the hundreds and hundreds of products and accessories that we have available for your Can-Am Spyder and Ryker. We also make installation videos, we give you tips and tricks, and we give you information to make your riding experience the most amazing possible. It's time for you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Are you ready to take the adventure with the Spyder Shop team? In 3, 2, 1, let's go! In this video, we're going to be installing our sequential LED turn signals. Those are 41187A. You can find them, of course, on CanAmSpyderAccessories.com. We're going to be working on a 2021 RT Can-Am Spyder. It's the chalk white that's all the way up there. We're going to bring it down. We're going to start working. You ready? I'm ready. We're going to need to jack the Can-Am Spyder off the ground a little bit. But before we do that, make things easier, you're going to take these 3 bolts here, and we're just going to loosen them. All right, and to be able to do that, you're going to need a 13/16 socket. If you got one of these big long bars, that's going to make things a lot easier. It's going to give you more torque. So we have 2 different kinds of jack at the Spyder Shop. We like this one right here. It's like a platform. So we're going to be using that to bring the Spyder off the ground. Most people will have something like this around the house, so you can definitely use that. Now, here's where you're going to be installing it. We're going to show you, you're going to go like right at the table, and this is where you want to go to be able to jack your Can-Am Spyder if you're using this kind of lift. So you're looking for about 1/2 inch clearance. You don't need much, just so the wheel can turn. Go ahead and remove the 3 bolts. Here's an important note. This bike already had lights. We've had this red marker on for a long time. We had a light here. What we did is we put that reflector back on, just like you would have on your bike. So when I'm going to remove this, don't be surprised. You're actually going to see a hole right here from where the light has been installed before. You're not going to have a hole like that. To be able to remove this, we want to soften up the double-sided tape that's holding this down. So if you got a heat gun, just like this one here, that's going to do the job. Otherwise, you can try with a hair dryer. We've tried this, and it actually works. So make sure you have a rag with you. You don't want to damage that paint. If you've got one of these tools here, you know, it's a push pin remover. This one is made of hard plastic. That's going to do a great job. If you have a residue of glue right here, go ahead and remove that. Then we're going to use rubbing alcohol to clean the surface. I want you to find the center between here and here. Go ahead and put a piece of masking tape. We've got about 3 inches here. So to measure where you're going to be drilling the hole, you're going to go from the front of the Can-Am Spyder, the top right here, and you go from there, going to go backwards 4 inches 5/8. Then from the bottom right here, you're going to go up 5/16 of an inch, and you're going to put a dot where that intercepts. Here's the difference between what we're going to do and what you're going to be doing. So once you've got that point right here, you're going to go ahead and drill that hole 7/16. Now the issue I'm having is that we've already got a hole there. You can see, you know, through the tape. And if I do a 7/16 hole in this hole, I'm going to be way too close to the edge, and that's going to show when the light is on. So I'm going to have to take a mesh, a drill bit, put it in there, and I'm going to have to push down on it because my hole needs to be bigger downwards and not upwards. So just take that into consideration, that the way I have to drill my hole is different because I already have a hole there. At this time, we want to take off the fender from the bike. So we have to disconnect the light that's right here. To be able to do that, you're going to go right in there and you're going to take off this 8mm bolt. To be able to disconnect this connector, use a small screwdriver and press right here. This wire needs to stay on the bike, so you're going to have to just unwrap it. You've got 4 bolts to remove, all 13mm. You got 2 on this side, right here, and right there. The other 2 on this side are this one and this one. You got to be careful when you remove the last 2 bolts. That fender is going to fall, so you got to be able to catch it. You've got 9 bolts to remove right now, all 8mm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Clean the surface where the light's going to go with some rubbing alcohol. It's time to put the wire and the connector right through that hole to install the light. Here's the trick that we have to be able to make sure the light is in its right place. So we're going to, where the pointy is, that's where you're going to start to glue it down. But you want to push this against this edge right here. So this right in the corner, if you push it against here, you're going to be perfect. I told you how we're going to stick it out. And then he looks at me and he says, yeah, that's not the way I do it. Well, I said, well, this is the way you're doing it this time. So, as you can see in the judges previously, reflexes kicked in. So he went from right to left. I told you to go left to right. The moral of the story, just do it any which way you want. So this is what it should look like, or this is what you need to do. You need to get this all in there. You need to have the wire accessible right here, and you got to be connected right there. So we didn't stick anything down for now, so we did like a dry run. So we re-put the metal frame. This is where we put it. Now we feel that we're comfortable. The wires have got a little bit loose to it. We've got a little bit of play. We're plugged in here. Now that we feel comfortable with the way it's going to be, and this is definitely the way you should go, you're doing this for the first time. We've done this quite a few times already. So go ahead and do a dry run, and once you've visually seen where it's going to go, take off your metal, clean everything here with alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and go ahead and take the double face tape off and stick that down. These wires need to be right underneath here. You don't want to squeeze them when you're putting back that metal frame. We're going to take an extra precaution. The wire that's here in a little box, we don't want that to fall down with a vibration on the Spyder. So Steve is going to go ahead and put a zip tie around here, make sure that wire doesn't move. Some of you might be tempted to do the installation right here, as you've got a little plastic, and you say, "Oh, Pierre, I can put it behind the plastic right there." But you gotta, don't forget, if you're putting any wires right here, a lot of them, and you're putting that box right here as well, you're going to get a lot of vibration going through here into the fender as you're going down the road. And that's going to shake, 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 shake all the time against the wire, against the box. You're looking for trouble. You've got some beautiful lights now. Go through the extra trouble, the extra time, and do it right. So at the end, what I'm telling you is that it's meant to go here. It's not meant to go here. It's time to put the fender on the bike. Once your fender is on, go ahead and put the wire back right here. So once you've put your wire right here and you've plugged that in just like that, all the excess wire that you're going to have, instead of leaving it here, pull it down, pull on it, then you're going to have it right here. And we're going to cut the zip tie that's right there, and we're going to push all the extra wires right there. And once you're finished, it should look a little something like this. Don't forget to put that small piece of plastic guard back in its place. See how clean that looks now? You can be really, really proud of this job. It looks professional. Hey, it looks like it was done at the Spyder shop. Put back your wheel. So that means to put back the bolts as well. Steve looked at me and said, "Did you tell him to put the bolts back?" I said, well, at this stage, I think they understood they need to put the bolts back. It should look a little something like this. That was our installation video for the sequential lights that go on your front fenders. If you don't have them already, you need them. I got them. Where do you go? You go on Can-Am, SpyderAccessories.com. My name is Pierre. Until next time, I'm out.